Today we will be buying our first pre-contract player of the January transfer window. That player has been overwhelmingly one man so far by the feedback on the past couple of episodes. We're going to also, with regards what we do with the starting lineup at the beginning of next season, has been overwhelming as well. The plan is Daniel Marlon to move to the left, Alain Saint-Maximin to move to the right. Erling Braut Haaland will be bought in the summer and play at striker. And the player that you guys would overwhelmingly like me to sign on a pre-contract is Achraf Hakimi. So I will do that in today's episode. I'm going to leave it another episode to get more feedback before making a decision as to which other pre-contract signing to make. As at this stage, I'm not sure who to go for. But we have a first game today in the FA Cup. Not yet in January, so we'll have to wait a couple of days to make that signing. Then it'll be Wolves in the Premier League, where hopefully we can get back-to-back wins. We did win last time out against Manchester City on the back of two frustrating 2-2 draws that really certainly should have been victories. But if we can go on a winning run, I'm still very confident we can get European football. Right, I'm going to have to rotate slightly for this because Shackleton and Doucouré aren't necessarily in the best of states. Let's do that. I would have Joe Riedewald to play at CDM, but unfortunately he is injured, as is Ben White. Those two injuries are actually causing me slight concern. Let's put Engel and Phillips onto the bench, and Malacia can stay there for now, I guess. Right, pushing forward then. Nottingham Forest in the Cup. The FA Cup is a great opportunity for us to progress and get into Europe if, for whatever reason, it doesn't work out through the league again, but I'm sure it's going to work out through the league. But it'd be nice to win the FA Cup as well, because we haven't won a cup yet at Leeds, nor have we actually really tried to win a cup yet at Leeds. So let's try and win a cup at Leeds. For the first time in 3, actually able to see Nottingham Forest starting lineup with the pre-match graphics, and I believe actually that's very similar, not exactly the same. The centre-back that gave away 2 penalties against us isn't there, but outside of that, that's the same 11 that played against us in the Premier League recently, where we got our 2-2 draw and should have gotten victory. So let's see if we can this time get victory. I want to. Could really do without the replay as well, with the nature of the fixture list recently. Good header by Dalbert. Shackleton brings that down. Hernandez looking for Augustin again. Josh King. Saved by Samba. He did score twice against Nottingham Forest in that league game, Josh King. He also missed about 6 other very, very good opportunities. So I'm hoping for this occasion he might be slightly more clinical. He also missed a penalty too. Marimon. Whoa! Rajoni put a lot behind that, but well over the bar. Oh, nice tackle by Shackleton on Marimon in the middle. And Josh King has space here. Jack Clark has even more of it. And Jack Clark, oh my God, shows no composure whatsoever. I didn't put too much power on that. He's just gotten right underneath it and lashed at it. Oh, dearie me, Jack. Dearie me indeed. What on earth was that? Hernandez. Shackleton. Right, Jack. Do better, please. Oh, that was better, but still not quite good enough. And Samba will keep that out. Augustin looping the header, but the keeper able to get back to it. Oh, thank you. Josh King into Shackleton. Sean Kevin. Josh King. Oh, I had to hit it first time. If I'd have taken a touch, the defender would have pounced on me. Free kick for Forest. Beat away by Viejo. Shackleton brings that down. Bowen out to Josh King. Lovely little scoop ball towards Jean Kevin, who will look to get away from David Costas. And has done so really well. More defenders coming back to try and get rid of it. Up we go, Price. Well up. Hernandez across to Jamie Shackleton. Here's Jack Clark. Nice turn. Jean Kevin all goes down after the shot had come in, but the referee doesn't give the pen. 2 penalties against Forest in the last league game, as we said, but not on this occasion. It's going to be 0-0 at half-time, or will it be? Pablo Hernandez. Pull it back. Jean-Kevin Augustin. Yes, it will be 0-0 at half-time. How have we not scored? Rajoni. Oh, nice drop of the shoulder. Committed me into the challenge there. Babacar, Ramirez. Viejo couldn't outmuscle him, but Cooper's in the way. We've worked it away well. Cross here into the middle to Jamie Shackleton. Through that gap is Josh King, and hopefully Jean-Kevin can make the run. So he has done well, and we've played him through brilliantly. Jean-Kevin Augustin surely now should. I tell you what, Bryce Samba makes so many saves. I'm going to make some changes now. Fresh legs need them. Shackleton for Sanchez. Morris for King. This is where we said we'd consider using him in that cam role. So let's give him a go. Forrest coming forward. Arimon to Matty Cash. Oh, nearly stolen it off him with Tyler Wright. This is dangerous. This is really dangerous. Babacar turns. Cooper steps in well. Renato will look to accelerate away. Run for me, lads. Jean-Kevin. He's in behind again. Oh, it's definitely a foul. And he's lucky that he's done it. Oh, it's Rodriguez. He's come off the bench. And he very nearly gave away another penalty. 2 in the last game. Oh, Jesus Christ, Rodriguez. What is wrong with you, mate? Can't help himself. Do we go short? No, I'm going to have to go for goal. See if I can time this. Oh, no! Off the bar! Oh, what a free kick from Jared Bowen. Renato will flick that on. Bowen might get another opportunity. Augustin. Tyler Wright. Renato. Look for Bowen via Joel Morris. Oh, and Ribeiro steps in. That's the closest either side have come to a goal so far in this game. That was brilliant from Jared Bowen, but couldn't quite get the ball to dip enough. And Glovu has run straight to the corner flag for no reason whatsoever, and Bowen will try and win that back, and he's done so well. I don't really know why he's done that. Hernandez will switch. Tyler Wright could get to this. Bring it down. Look to accelerate. Come on, you've got the pace. You've got the pace, Tyler. Now, can he find the pass? Can he find the pass, Tyler? Oh, Renato! Oh, my God. There is nothing that I can say about any of these chances that we've missed today. Oh, Jared will try again. The referee's going to blow his whistle. It will be a replay against Forest. We could have won it with the last chance of the game. Oh. All right, fine. Battered them all game long. Could not find a way through. Into the January transfer window we'll go. Let's sign Hakimi on a pre-contract, and then we'll take on Wolves. So Josh King has gone. We have £36.7 million in the transfer budget and £157,000 a week available wage-wise. I would obviously very much like to take as much money from this season into next season as possible to try and get Haaland into the team. So we're going to sign people on pre-contract. Kangin Lee, his scout report has come back and he's just not good enough, unfortunately, to think about buying. So Hakimi was the one that you guys reckon that you'd want me to buy, and judging by that, it doesn't look like he'd be that expensive, looking to take a wage cut, or potentially open to a wage cut by £20,000 to £60,000 a week. That's a lot of money to lose, but if he's willing to do so to get first team football, superb. I'll offer important. Obviously he'll want crucial, but you never know. You live in hope, just to try and keep morale up, because obviously there's going to be a heavy rotation. Where Hakimi will play yet is unsure, whether it will be on the left or the right. It would be perhaps slightly harsh to drop Malacia, who's been very good. Emerson has been the player that's not really made too much of an impact on the first team, so I think Hakimi might take over at right back rather than at left back next season. I'll offer him £700,000 plus £95,000 a week. Oh, he's open to taking a very big wage cut. I'll remove that bonus and I'll just up this to 1.2. I'm quite happy for them to agree those terms. Achraf Hakimi will join us next season from Real Madrid. His stats are there. Acceleration and sprint speed both 99. 88 stamina, 83 reactions. The standouts there. And obviously good in the tackle, 87 stand, Good on the ball, 85 ball control, 86 dribbling, 85 short passing as well. He'll be very, very good for us. And that was the overwhelming option for wing back or for a pre-contract. I'm not going to get Kimpembe. We're not going to get Firpo. Still potentially could get Rafinha as a backup cam. Kakare is still an option and has been not heavily requested, but his name keeps popping up. Danny Ceballos as a box-to-box keeps getting positive feedback as well, but he's 27. And then obviously Angel Correa would be a backup cam as well for Tyler Roberts. Tyler Roberts. Let me know in the comment section. Correa, Ceballos, Kakare, Rafinha. Haaland will bring in next year. 62 million is his valuation right now. We're going to have to pay a lot of money for him, I would imagine. That 64 to 69 million pounds is not a good, accurate representation of how much he's going to cost. But hopefully, when we do get him in, he'll be cracking for us. He'll replace Jean-Kevin Augustin in the squad. And Marlon will go out wide on the left. And Alan Saint-Maximin will drop to the right. To be fair, actually, Atal would be dropping, or initially you would think would be dropping his right back. With Hakimi coming in, I could play Hakimi at right back and have Atal as my backup cam, to be fair. Backup right back, backup cam, centre mid as well, he'd be great in. You could play pretty much bloody everywhere. Right, this is my full strength starting 11, isn't it? Yeah, we've had to rotate quite heavily to deal with the previous fixtures. Why is my brain not able to find Tyler Roberts? There he is. Idiot. Right then, pushing forward, it's time to go and play Wolves next. And hopefully we can win in the Premier League. Williams Valdivia in goal for Wolves. Shoisingea again at the back, 5 as ever. Saprit Singh and Zakanyi. Tabata, Jimenez, Ryan Giles. Who have they got on the bench? Pedro Neto, I'm not sure how much he will have grown to this point in a save, but don't really have any options off the bench that are going to threaten us. But the starting lineup for Wolves and the way that they set up is always a struggle to break down. Hopefully, now we're at full strength again, other than the injured Ben White, we can finally get a really positive result. We did really well against Manchester City yesterday, and I want to replicate that in this game, if we can. Malacia, Saint-Maximin, Tyler Roberts. Oh, it's Singh's debut. He's a new signing here at Wolves. Renato Sanchez with the turn. Tyler Roberts through that gap. Try the early shot. Oh, try the early goal! A worldie from Tyler Roberts. Swept home from the edge of the box in the 10th minute. Replay, please. Wow, what a finish. Renato Sanchez, it's good movement by Tyler. And that finish is spectacular. Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Giles. Oh, he's just run straight into Emerson. That was terrible from Ryan Giles. Tyler Roberts to Calvin Phillips. I'll tell Renato to make me the run. He's taken it in his stride well. Roberts is there again. Shoisingea far too strong for him. Zakanyi could play the ball over the top. Get Tomori on the run just to ensure that he can deal with that ball over the top should it come. Oh, there's a ball over the top to Ryan Giles. And a not amazing delivery, to be fair. Saint-Maximin. Pace. Run. Play the ball inside. Oh, what a ball. Dreamy. Dreamy from Saint-Maximin. Never missing that, are we, Tyler? 2-0 Leeds. This is more like it. Atal on the overlap. Driving into the space. Tyler Roberts could get a first half hat-trick here. Oh, but he's out-muscled. Hell of a performance from Tyler Roberts. It's normally later in the season that he actually comes alive. But maybe we're going to see Tyler Roberts kick on from January to the end of the year rather than March to the end of the year. I'd be delighted if that is the case. Marlon will look to Roberts, who will look for Marlon. And this should be 3. Oh, and it's not. Come on, Daniel. You've got to bury that, pal. This is good football. Marlon holding the ball up nicely. Turns well. Could go solo. Decides against it. Play the 1-2. Now he's hit the bar and the post, Donyell Marlon. Even when things go my way, they still don't fully go my way. We've been devastating against Wolves going forward. They've been toothless in attack. And still, we've somehow managed to hit the Chris Woodwork twice. Phillips, I look for... Oh, I was trying to find Marlon there. It went towards Renato. Give that to Tyler. Little back heel maybe. Beautifully works. Marlon still doesn't have his goal. It will come. He's having a Josh King against Nottingham Forest kind of day. Everton have gone 2-0 up against Chelsea just now. That could be huge. Especially if we hold on to this 2-0 lead, which, judging by the way Wolves have played so far, we will be doing so. Just have had nothing, Wolverhampton Wanderers. Absolutely nothing. Giles goes off and they'll try and make a change to freshen things up in attack, but I don't think Jan Karamo is going to be quite the calibre of player needed to unlock this Leeds defence today. Raul Jimenez. Oh, that was nice. Tabata with the delivery. Imagine if Jan Karamo had just immediately scored after I'd just written him off as a decent football player. Marlon with a 1-2. Roberts across there to Calvin Phillips. There's half an hour to play here and we're not really in any trouble of losing this result. John Stones has gone to Real Madrid. City lose one of their starting centre-backs. Renato's going to continue on here and score a banging third. Why couldn't you have done that against Forest in the cup, Renato? Never mind. 3-0. This is turning into a very dominant victory. Singh. Oh, he skipped past me there, actually, Singh. And the shot, oh, flashes wide. That may well have been Wolves' first shot of the game in the 82nd minute. We'll have a quick check. Was it, in fact, Wolves' first shot of the game? Yet that's how poor they've been here. It's not been a difficult game for us at Molineux. And we've got that replay against Nottingham Forest to contend with. I'm kind of glad that this has been a bit of a straightforward game. I brought Jack Clarke off the bench. I have been questioning whether Jack Clarke is really worth keeping hold of, or even just whether he's worth still utilising relatively regularly in the squad. We kept him because he's obviously a youngster that had a big affiliation with the club, gotta say, growing up, like before he moved to Tottenham, and then he's obviously come back on loan before we bought him. I'm hoping... do I even need a winger? Considering Marlon is being moved to left wing, so Maximan to the right, I'm still going to be left with Atal and Jared Bowen as backup wingers. I don't know if I need a winger. I don't know if we really are crying out in any position for a player right now. Another good performance from Tyler Roberts. The first goal. Oh, c'est magnifique. The unbeaten run continues. I'm not sure how many games that is now unbeaten, but it must be closing in on 10 in the league. Jean-Kevin Augustin. Sorry, dude, you're actually not lasting long. Ah, good. Sorry, Ruda Valzoni's way back. That's good news. Are we crying out for a player in any position? Renato and Calvin Phillips are growing well. And after another good season this year, and Calvin Phillips back in the starting lineup regularly for the first time this year, dynamic potential will take over for them next season. We're bringing in Hakimi so that means that Dalbert is null and void and probably gets sold. Viejo and Tomori on top of Ben White and all of our other, mainly Cooper. Emerson, Malacia, Atal, Hakimi. I mean, maybe centre mid, yes. Maybe a truly world-class centre mid. Shackleton and Doucouré aren't really good enough. Well, not that they're not good enough, but they aren't really as good as they could be for backup options. Maybe Doucouré we sell and we sign a marquee centre mid, but I mean, it's about time Calvin Phillips got a decent crack at the first team. Renato Sanchez has been good this year. So I don't know where we need to sign next. Like, there has been some call for Kakare to be signed, but another 84 rated centre mid, is that really what we're looking for? Does he really excel anywhere? Does he improve on what we've already got? I'm not sure he does, you know. Interest shown in Rafinha by Chelsea. I think considering I signed Rafinha in the Sunderland career towards the end of last year, I'll say no to him. And we won't chase that up. So Correa, Ceballos and Kakare are the 3 pre-contract options left available to me. And I will continue to gauge your feedback. But I'm not sure whether any of them really will add much more to the team. Dani Ceballos, whilst he's good technically, his finishing is only 75. It's not going to be much better than Renato Sanchez. And physically, he's not on Renato Sanchez's level. And he's older. So, I don't know, man. Have we got other options here that are available? No. This must be a fresh batch of players that now have, because his transfer listed Brahimi or Brahim even. I don't want him. I'm looking for first team quality. Scouting for first team quality players. How can I? Let me get to the global transfer network. With a year left on their contract, so I don't know whether now it's starting to factor in other players that have like 18 months left on their contract, and it appears to be doing that. Not that any of these guys are actually worth having. Iñaki Williams, his ball control is not that good, and his balance is only 65. He's pretty dead. Mitrovic. As if Mitrovic is only 29 in the 5th season. I could have sworn he was a lot older than that. Kakare is the player that has got good agility, or great agility and balance and reactions. I don't know if he's what I'm after. I might just save the money and go into next season and see what we've got available to us. I don't know, as I'll make another pre-contract signing this year. Right, let's actually play. Ordinarily, I'd play 2 games per episode in a transfer window, but let's build on the Wolves game. Go and get ourselves a good victory. We're good all over the pitch as we are right now. Let's go and get ourselves a good victory against Nottingham Forest in this next game. Do I rotate slightly? Got 3 days till Bournemouth. I will, but not massively, because I want to make sure we get through, but also make sure that we stand a good chance in the next league game as well. Now, Viejo was on his way back. Not Viejo. Reedval, he's not fit to play yet, so Cooper can start. Bowen can start on the right. Shackleton can come in for Renato, even though he did score in that last game. And Marlon come out for Augustin. Right, come on then. Let's get ourselves through to the 4th round of the FA Cup. Forest, Rodriguez back in the starting lineup. Andre Poco is in and Tyler Walker up top. Still a very similar side to the one we've played in the last 2 games against them. So, can we finally get a win against Nottingham Forest? After beating them 5-1 earlier in the season, to then draw 2-2 and 0-0, yes, with rotated sides, but still, it's pretty disappointing. Let's have more of that first game today, shall we? Tyler. Oh, nearly squeezed it through the eye of the needle. Here's Tyler Walker. Just ran offside there, his teammate that was in front of him, but here comes Ribeiro down the left. Could be dangerous. It's a decent delivery that Engel thankfully holds on to. And if I can bowl this all the way out here to the right-hand side, Jared Bowen could set up a counter-attack of sorts. His pass is poor. It's not the first time Jared Bowen has done that. Maybe we sell Jared Bowen next season, sign a new winger, and let a new backup winger, and let Jared Bowen go, because he's starting to show in recent times that he just doesn't have the quality for the level that we're playing at right now. Of course, as soon as I say that, he's going to go through and not score. Samba is unreal. As a shot stopper, he's been so good. Just will not let the ball go past him. The only time we were able to get it past him, or one of the only 2 times we were able to get past him earlier on in recent memory, is that penalty. Get up. What a dive. It's the penalty in the last league game. Come on, Alan. Find a teammate. Ugh. It's just non-stop pressure on the Forest goal again, as it has been almost every single time we've played them this season. Augustin, oh, Jesus wept. It's a decent dugout cross. Engel gets to it. He's going to need to get back in goal, though, because Poco could shoot here. Thankfully, we've slowed it up. Not only have we done that, we've stolen it off him. Augustin, Tyler Roberts, so reluctant to make a forward run. Augustin, though, is who that ball was intended for. Made a great run. Jared Bowen is really starting to make me question his position in the team right now, even in the squad. Literally, as I've been saying, I'm not sure if I need another winger. I'm genuinely considering getting rid of Jared Bowen next season and signing another winger, but whether the 2 that are available on pre-contract right now, Rafinha and Jesus, well, not Jesus Corona, Angel Correa, are the ones that we should go for, I'm not entirely sure. I think next season we sign Erling Braut Haaland, we see how much money we've got left, and then we sign another winger and get rid of Bowen. I think I've tried to be loyal to as many players as I can throughout the course of this Leeds series. Players like Tyler Roberts, Calvin Phillips, Ben White. But, oh, good save, Engel. Brilliant fingertip stop. But I think Jared Bowen might just be one player too many with regards to the loyalty. His performances have started to fall away now. And whilst Jack Clark, I'm questioning whether he's still... Oh, why would you just throw it off the pitch? Make a great save like that and then throw it off the pitch. Jack Clark, I think we might be... Oh, I don't know what to do with him. He's never really performed, ever, Jack Clark, but I stayed loyal to him because of his history at the club in recent times in real life. But I think Jared Bowen is definitely going to leave us next season. I think Jack Clark might do too. It depends how much money we've got. If we can replace Jared Bowen and have some money left to replace Jack Clark too, then I think that might be done. I'll time this pass right, and Jean-Kevin Augustin is in. And surely now, there's the finish we've been looking for to give us the 1-0 lead here against Forest. That should be us through now. I mean, that's a foul. Phillips has literally just hauled him to ground there. Augustin will look to return the favour, and Shackleton gives us a second. Forest can feel hard done by there. You just watch Calvin Phillips grab someone, pull him to the floor, and the referee's like, oh, didn't see anything, lads. Play on, play on. I mean, I played on. 2-0. Ball over the top. Oh. Bounced awkwardly. Tyler Walker's in. Tomori does just enough. Just enough. That was close. Malacia, just get across to Decore, and hopefully, with that quick fire second, we will now be safe and through to the next round. That was me trying to do a little bit too much with Jared Bowen there. Carvalho. Oh, Calvin Phillips has nutmegged himself. Marimon, Carvalho, Tyler Walker. Forest are back in it. Wow, fair play. I've done too much with Bowen. That's my mistake. Calvin Phillips has gone for an interception and nutmegged himself by reaching too far. And to be fair, there should have been a foul for Forest in the build-up to my second. So back to really how the scoreline should have stayed, with just a goal separating the two teams. Malacia, back to Calvin. In there to Decore. Augustin, he skipped away from the defender. Can he finish it properly? Yes, he can. Sorry, Nottingham Forest. 3-1, and you're definitely out of the cup. Cash. Where's Matty Cash going to go? Back there to Poco. Ooh, just reaching to keep it in. Win that, please. Well up, Brandon. You don't really notice that Brandon Cooper's only 73 rated, to be fair. He's rock solid. Doesn't really get too many situations where he needs to put a tackle in. His physicality is enough. 99 sprint speed, only 74 acceleration, but 99 sprint speed and 99 strength. And Brandon Cooper basically is more of a meta player than anything else, but is solid as a backup centre-back. Jean-Kevin Augustin with a brace there in that one, and Jamie Shackleton with the other. We are through in the FA Cup, and hopefully we'll get a more favourable draw in the next round. I'd like a lower league side if we can. It was a comfortable win, and I'm very happy with the performance the lads put in there. Ups and downs in a season. Tyler Roberts, not too worried about that. 2 goals for Jean-Kevin Augustin. Really pleased with that. Tyler was just getting tired, so I took him off. You're welcome, Jamie. He's continuing to improve, Jamie Shackleton. He's 81 rated now and still growing yet further. We are 4 points behind Chelsea and up to 6th. Still 11 to Manchester United, annoyingly. But we are within 4 points of Chelsea now. Finally, starting to show some progression up the league. We've Bournemouth to start things off tomorrow. We've Burnley in the FA Cup, buzzing. And then Everton at home in between. And Southampton the weekend after. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll wait and see what your feedback is, actually. I don't know whether I'll split the next one into... What I might do, actually, is play Bournemouth, Burnley and Everton, then end the episode before Southampton, and then play Southampton, play West Ham, play Brighton and sim Cardiff at the end of February, before a very big month in March. But that's where we'll end today's episode. I'm pleased with the pre-contract signing of Hakimi, and I think the rest of the business will be done next season. I think we'll be better off saving what we've got here, transferring it over to next season, and having a killer budget, especially if we can finish in a European spot. A killer budget next year. Thank you very much for watching though. Do drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Hit that subscription button and the notification bell. I'll see you tomorrow.